Good morning. It is July the 28th. And how's everybody doing? I'm doing a little bit better. Last night was the first night I actually slept in the bed in over a week, so that was good, right? These are my finished objects. It's hats here and there. This is a hat I found online. I can't even remember where it was. It's one that started from the bottom up. This is another one that was done by Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. And I think it's called Fast Ridges. And it starts from the bottom up. I don't like the way hats work from the bottom up because they always have a funny top to them. And then this is just a double crochet hat with a grab stitch around the bottom. Another double crochet hat with just the front post, back post for the bottom edges. And that's all I've got done. Got another hat started. Just haven't feel like doing much this week. Been doing a lot of sleeping, trying to breathe. That's basically it. So, that's it for that. I did want to tell you, sometimes you get things that are weird in the mail and you can't figure out what's going on. My husband comes walking in and says, "Here, you got a package." He goes, "From mainland China." I said, "What?" He goes, "Did you order some fabric from China?" I know. I don't even know what it is. And I wasn't expecting anything. So I pull it out and it's this. I have no clue what this is. And he's asking me, "What is it?" I said, "Well, it says it's a Wonder Patch, abdominal treatment patch." And he goes, "What else?" I said, "I don't know. I don't read Chinese." Because it's all in Chinese. Directions and everything. Or Korean. And I said, "The only thing I can tell you is, whatever's on this belly patch, it has capsaicin, sulfuric catechin, Salicorni herbacea, and caffeine." I don't even know what the hell it is. I didn't order it. So, we've been laughing about the Chinese order, all the way from mainland. "Are you sure you didn't order something?" "No, I didn't order anything. I don't know what the heck it is." So, what are you going to do, right? Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story that happened this weekend when we were getting groceries. Anytime I get out there and get walking, I've been extremely short of breath. So even though we need to go get groceries, the husband can't go by himself because give him a list, he still come home without everything. So we go together. I said, "Well, if I have to ride the cart, I'll ride the cart," but I walked. And I get into this one aisle, and it's the soda aisle. Now, the week before, the way I went in was the correct way to go in. Well, apparently Walmart changed those flippin' signs because it's not the way to go in now. So, I'm walking in, I'm like, well, crap, because I see the sign at the other end that says it's green. I didn't notice when I was walking in because in the past it's been green. I had the arrow. This lady coming down the aisle, she starts berating me about this is a one-way lane. Blah, 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 blah. Going on and on and on. It's for a health reason. If you can't follow it, you shouldn't be out. I just let her carry on. And then when she got finished, I said, "Well, thank you for your tyranny. But let me ask you, Have you found any studies that prove going one way in the aisles at the grocery store actually keeps you safer? I said, actually, it keeps you in the store longer with more exposure. She looked at me real funny, and I said, so I'm going to give you my email, and if you find one of those studies, can you please send it to me? Because I know where the one aisle comes from. The one-way aisles. I know where that comes from. And that was to encourage more shopping. Not for health reasons. Well, I never. I said, okay, have a nice day. And then here comes one of these girls with the carts, where they're shopping for other people, coming up the same way I did. And she looks at her and she says, she came up the aisle the wrong way. She looks at her and she goes, well, last week it was the right way. So, but first I'm going to read you a little story. Well, it's not a little story. It's a little sarcastic bit about grocery store traffic rules for coronavirus era shoppers. First, one-way aisles, then what? 5 more precautions that supermarkets should adopt from the transportation industry now that some stores have switched to one-way aisle traffic. Keep in mind, this is sarcastic. It's funny. Strictly enforce no tailgating rule. Customers must remain at least 2 shopping cart lengths behind for every 10 miles per hour they're traveling. Scofflaws may be pulled over by Captain Crunch. 2. Double solid yellow line to signify that passing is never allowed, and landscape median strips to prevent dangerous turns at busy intersections. 3. No parking, stopping, or standing signs in paper product aisles to deter lollygaggers with nothing better to do than wait for the next TP shipment to arrive. 4. Breakdown lane, designated for carts with those annoying wheels that jam, slide sideways, and squeak like a dying gerbil, or for toddlers having an emotional breakdown in the produce department. 5. Aisle rage patrols. We understand you're upset that the hand sanitizer shelf is empty again, ma'am, but please calm yourself and put down that plunger. One-way supermarket aisles is not something new. No, it is not. The return of the invention from the 1910s. Navigating a supermarket today is strikingly different than only 3 months ago. Store layouts designed over the past 100 years encourage shoppers to browse the shelves and purchase not only what they came for, but also for other impulse items. In all but the smallest stores, aisles provided sufficient room for people to pass each other. However, none were expected to offer the full 6 feet of space between people needed to allow for the social distancing that is now recommended worldwide due to the novel coronavirus. There was actually a patent, guys. Supermarkets are currently rethinking how to safely control both the number of shoppers allowed in the stores at one time, as well as how customers navigate the floor plan while shopping. It has become clear that it is very difficult for one shopper to stay in a safe distance away from other shoppers as they pass each other in the aisles. One solution, implemented by some big retailers, including Walmart, Kroger, Giant Food in April 2020, is one-way aisles. But that is not a new concept. Many Americans in the South and parts of the Midwest, yes, are familiar with Piggly Wiggly supermarkets. But few realize the chain was the pioneer of one-way aisles. Clarence Saunders opened his first Piggly Wiggly in September 1916 in Memphis, Tennessee. A month later, he submitted a patent application for a self-serving store and was granted that U.S. patent in 1917. He explained in his patent that the customer will be enabled to serve himself, and in doing so will be required to review the entire assortment of goods carried in stock. Conveniently and attractively displayed. Prior to Saunders' invention of a self-service store, with lanes, carts, and central checkout, a customer was waited on by the grocer behind the counter for all their shopping needs. At the time, people typically also shopped at butchers for their meat, fishmongers for seafood, greengrocers for fresh fruits and vegetables, bakeries for breads and other baked goods. I'm going to get to the tickle point. The Piggly Wiggly offered a wider range of products than had been found at dry goods stores alone, required fewer staff to run, and made shopping far more time efficient. Saunders' store had an entrance and an exit, and a single one-way path similar to the modern IKEA, but without any cut-throughs. Saunders also pioneered new arrangements of products, famously positioning candy at the checkout counter to encourage impulse purchases. He was a sneaky man. Other supermarkets expanded on the Piggly Wiggly concept, notably the King Cullen store that opened in 1930 in Queens, New York, was designed as more of a warehouse experience on the city outskirts. King Cullen had separate departments, customer self-service, discount pricing, chain marketing, and operated a high-volume, low-margin business. Grocers with names still recognizable today, such as Safeway, Kroger's, soon adopted the King Cullen layouts and operations. Supermarkets expanded in size during the Great Depression and World War II, even as thousands of small grocery stores closed. After the war, chains were fast to build new stores in proximity to growing suburbs. Initially an American development, supermarkets drew international attention in the 1950s and 60s. For example, during the 1957 visit to the United States, Queen Elizabeth specifically asked to visit a supermarket during her first visit to the country, stopping at a giant supermarket in Hyattsville, Maryland. Other innovations followed on Saunders' patent. Shopping carts, branded foods with labels targeting the general customer, barcode readers, loyalty cards, self-checkout, and efforts to personalize advertising, among others. Yet the flow of people through a supermarket store was largely standardized by the early 2000s. Designs worldwide featured fresh produce at the entrance, discreet store magnets of deli counters, baked goods, seafood, and other meats, dairy positioned around the perimeter to encourage shoppers to pass through interior aisles designed to shop for dried goods, processed foods, confectionery, and frozen foods. So everything old is new again, and stores are starting to make aisles one way, as they did in the late 1910s when the supermarket was invented. Since Saunders' patent expired a long time ago, any store can take advantage of this practice. Supermarkets are also rethinking their business in other ways. For example, Kroger is repurposing a sensor and data analysis-driven technology called Q-Vision, introduced nearly a decade ago. Originally built to shorten checkout line wait times, Q-Vision is now being used to monitor the number of customers in a store and manage capacity. The adoption of other industry-wide innovations, like the designing for linear movement instead of islands, or shifting away from self-serve to online ordering and curbside pickup, will depend on many factors, especially the consumer behavior. It will be interesting to see what innovations are put forward in the coming years and which ones are welcomed and adopted by the public. And that is the only thing I could find about the science behind one-way aisles in grocery stores. Period. There is no science. There is no CDC recommendation for it. Nothing. And to be honest, I think that when the aisles started emptying out, they devised the one-way thing based on that principle. You would be forced to go up one aisle, down another, up. So that, in other words, if you couldn't find your favorite green beans, you'd have to pick the next one that was available. I'm just saying. So, if anybody knows the actual science, if it does keep you safer, please let me know. I don't think it does. Because like I said, you're in the store longer. You have to do more foot traffic. It's not like I can go down one aisle, come up the other, go back down the next aisle, skip an aisle that I don't use at all, because I can't do that. I either have to go in from the next aisle, or I have to go around all the way another aisle. That's why I call it the mouse maze. And I don't follow it. I try to on most occasions, but I'm done. It's ridiculous. And even if you do follow it, people aren't staying 6 feet away from you. They're right on top of you. So, get a life. As you know, last week I had the giveaway for the Sashka bracelets. And I'm going to insert the winner here. Get the comments. were 125 unique comments. And now let's get the winner. And it's Froggy Day Crochet. You're the winner. Send me your email address to ScrapTasticyarns@gmail.com. Your mailing address so I can get these bracelets. And congratulations. So send me your mailing address, unless you don't mind me sending it to what's listed on your channel. Just let me know either way. ScrapTasticyarns@gmail.com. And darling, I hope you're feeling a whole lot better. I am feeling a little bit better. Like I said, I slept last night for the first time in a bed in over a week. I have been sleeping in my chair sitting up because I could not get comfortable laying down. And this morning I woke up with some new twinges and different hinges. So I'm sure that's because I hadn't been in a bed in a while. So it's been interesting. I think I'm on the downside of this now. I actually feel a lot better today than I have felt in a long time. I have a little more energy. And that is what has been worrying me the most, is because I get up, come in to sit down in the chair. You know, I'm up, getting something to drink, not eating well, not drinking well, sleeping most of the day away. And I still have that cough. It's non-productive. There's nothing there. It's just annoying. So, yeah, that's it. I'll see you again next week. And hopefully there'll be a little bit more to what's going on. And things will be way much better. Everybody have a great day. Be safe, be well, and be kind.